STOP. Manifesting money. Stunning law of attraction advice you never heard about. Preface. Why you don't actually want money. Everyone wants more money, right? Money is an enabler that gives us the freedom to live and work where we want, spend quality time with loved ones, develop our hobbies, skills, and passions, self-actualize and help others do the same. If you in agreement so far, then I strongly challenge you to reconsider /VT pitch, because you don't actually need money for any of these things. You just need an understanding of how you want to feel. In fact, I know quite a few people who have tons of money, yet they do none of these things and are actually quite unhappy. Furthermore, these people are not successful, even despite the mainstream correlation of success with money. By switching your focus away from the tangibles, you will find that you not only experiencing a tremendously higher quality of life, but that the tangibles are actually a natural byproduct of your emotional state. In other words, by focusing on the inner feelings of abundance you wish to experience, you begin to rapidly attract the outward reality that matches the emotional frequency you are vibrating. Money will not make you feel abundant in the long term. It won't make you feel more loving or more cheerful. It won't help you to self-actualize. And it certainly won't make you any happier than you allow yourself to be right now. The point I'm trying to make is that you and I, and everyone else who would enjoy increased financial abundance, are after something much more than just money. We interested in experiencing certain feelings that we associate with wealth, not the physical paper itself. Now, at first, this distinction might seem inconsequential, but it not. In fact, this distinction is what will either make or break your true financial success. There is a world of difference between trying to manifest money and trying to manifest the feelings associated with it. This key difference determines whether or not your manifestation will successful. Take great care to realize this now, as it will save you hours and hours of wasted time, failed expectations, and the painful internal dialogue saying, "AWW man. Maybe this law of attraction stuff is just a bunch of hype." It not hype. I telling you, the law of attraction is real. And if you tried it and failed, then it because you doing it wrong. That okay, because in this book you will learn how to properly create the abundance that you desire. I will show you how you can not only attract more abundance into your life, but how you can have a better relationship with money, one that based on fun and joy, not fear and guilt. Every human being has an incredible ability to attract and manifest their desires. And as a species we are presently undergoing a huge shift in consciousness that makes this reality even more accessible than ever. So wake up and swallow that red pill. It's time we get down to business. This book is designed to inspire you to take a practical look at the manifestation process. Most importantly, this book will not A. bullshit you, B. take up a lot of your time, C. overwhelm you with complicated information. I am a Kindle business to make money. It true/VT pitch. But no matter how much money I make, I will never call myself successful unless I'm legitimately helping others to achieve their dreams and goals in life. People reap the most satisfaction from helping others. And, to me, no greater edification can be achieved in a human life. We all here to self-actualize and to assist the planet in doing the same. So try out the information in this book by putting it into action. Because, without action, you not going anywhere. I regret to inform you that money is not going to fall into your lap just because you diligently reciting your mantras every morning while focusing on a big stack of cash. Don't shoot the messenger. The contents of this book reveal pragmatic and fundamental concepts that are essential in nudging you along your path of abundance, happiness, and self-actualization. Without buying this book, one will never be able to achieve the abundance they desire. Okay, so maybe I slipped that last part into boost sales/VT pitch. Let's just go on to the next chapter. Introduction. Aligning the three bodies. Attracting money to yourself is completely possible, and the process isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. As you read through this book you will begin to discover that money manifestation is not only pragmatic, but realistic. There are many ways that you can attract more money into your life. Some of them are more gutsy than others. But I promise you I'm not going to sell you any feel-good dreams that leave you high and dry. This book is meant to ignite your inner dialogue about what money means to you and how you can create the proper aligned relationship with money. Oftentimes, The most obvious ways of manifesting money are overlooked because they are counterintuitive. Obvious and counterintuitive might at first seem mutually exclusive, but read on and it will start to make sense. You see, in order to open yourself up to increased wealth, it helps to first do things that wealthy people do. This will allow you to wear the money vibe, so to speak. The foundation of this short book illustrates the simple and effective ways for you to put the law of attraction to work for you in your wallet or purse. The concepts are so basic that you'll wish you had been living them for your whole life. Basically, the idea is that if you want to have money, then be money. Yeah, I sure you heard that 1,000 times before. But this strategy does not entail you sitting in a comfy chair somewhere, thinking and praying for more wealth, hoping it going to land in your lap. It requires action. As with all manifestations, you must be what experts call in alignment. This means your actions need to be aligned with your goals. In alignment is a term I heard time and time again when I first began investigating the law of attraction, but hardly anyone bothers to explain what it means. That's where I come in. Put simply, there are three parts to your being: your physical, your mental, and your emotional body. These three facets comprise your total spiritual self. There are way more than three parts depending on who you ask. But for the purposes of this manuscript, you just need to be aware of your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. These are the three facets that need to be in alignment if you ever expect to attract more abundance into your life. Got it? Okay, cool. Then let's keep rockin'. Your physical facet is an external quality, and it includes everything from your body, your words, your actions, and the outward manifestations of your relationships with people and money, not the inward feelings about them. Your mental and emotional facets are internal qualities. These include your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs, biases, and perceptions. This book discusses all three, but focuses primarily on developing your internal mental and emotional qualities. It assumes that you taking physical action steps in manifesting more money. If you not taking deliberate, planned, and purposeful action to attain your financial goals, your physical self is not in alignment with the goals proposed by the internal facets of your mind and heart. Therefore, you can really expect to manifest money unless you a guru who can summon cash out of thin air. Which, if that the case/VT pitch, then why on earth did you buy this book? Seriously. For the rest of us, though, manifestation is a skill that must be practiced. It is an ability, no wait, a technology, that can be developed over time with quality intention. Your main task is to align all three facets of yourself. The emotional and mental facets are your greatest source of power, and therein lies the focus of this book. The physical is an often downplayed facet in LOA law of attraction instruction, and as I said, unfortunately without employing it, you not going anywhere. So, I am going to assume that you are physically doing something actionable in your life that can generate income. This might include looking for a job, starting a side business, freelancing, asking for a raise, or selling voodoo dolls that you carved from bars of soap in your underground dungeon. This book will not go into detail about what ventures you can pursue to open and lubricate the channels of money in your life. That's something you'll have to explore for yourself. But I can promise you that no matter what you doing to make money, the guidelines in this book will drastically help you to better reap the fruits of your labor. The goal of this book is to help you align the internal facets of your being to whatever physical action you are taking to increase the level of abundance you are able to attract in your life. Your mental and emotional facets are the engine and transmission of your vehicle. The physical facet is your wheels. Therefore, without action you just idling in the driveway. So you can ponder financial niceties all day, sitting in your big comfy chair not doing anything to earn an income. But don't expect Santa to come plowing through your chimney and blasting you in the face with a fire hose of cash. Note that this is impossible, because, in fact, nothing is impossible. But since it comes down to belief, and most of us don't believe in Santa anymore, I'll just say, don't hold your breath expecting a money deluge. At the end of the day, the most important aspect to a successful manifestation is your level of faith. And if you like me, you probably been conditioned to believe that money is a precious resource that takes lots of hard work, tons of time, and an enormous amount of dedication to achieve. Likewise, You probably don't naturally think of money as a resource that can be pulled out of thin air, like vitamin D from the sun, for example. So we going to take your limiting beliefs into consideration here. We not going to try and ignore them. We going to honor them and work with them. Because resolving a limiting belief today can mean enjoying financial freedom tomorrow. Well, probably not tomorrow. Sorry to disappoint you. Well, it can happen. Just don't get all bent out of shape if it doesn't. It always best to meet your limiting belief halfway. That is, adapting your behavior gradually so that you can smoothly change your beliefs to be on your side. However, if you wish to confront your limiting beliefs head-on, I have written a book that explains how you can remove even the most stubborn and persistent underlying beliefs. It's called Manifest Now, and it will teach you everything you need to know about limiting beliefs and how to destroy them for good. One very powerful way to improve your beliefs about money is through visualizing how you would feel already having attracted more money. At the end of this book is a powerful visualization exercise that will teach you how you can act as if in order to create an emotional vibration that better attracts abundance into your reality. Your commitment to rise above your current circumstances is directly proportional to the level of change that you are able to perceive in your current reality. It's true, making money will take effort. It will take committed action, but it doesn't have to be a series of tedious, painstaking efforts that leave your energy levels drained. There are plenty of ways that you can train yourself to realize increased abundance all while having fun at the same time. Trust me, God doesn't want you to bleed and burn to make a buck. He wants your efforts to be joyful and relaxed. God is omni-loving and infinitely abundant. I know it sounds crazy, but let me ask you a question. If you loved everyone and you had endless resources, WOULD, and you want to freely share them? If you could never run out of money, WOULD, and you want to bless others with the gift of abundance? Well, that's what God wants. And the only reason you don't have infinite riches is because somewhere down the line someone, a person, an institution, or a social norm told you that you don't deserve money until you do X. And you believed it. You unwittingly wrote it into your own reality. And our omni-loving universe gave you that reality you asked for. But, as always, there's a way out. Promise. Align your mental and emotional facets with your desire, take consistent action towards it, and the universe has no choice but to give you what you desire. It's very important to note that you should not forsake the other spheres of your life while pursuing your dreams. Your friends, family, and your environment are equally as important as your goals and ambitions. Understand that your current circumstances are only a transient experience and can be changed easily over time. And always remember that life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the sights along the way. All you have to do is focus on today and right now and let the universe worry about tomorrow. Be joyful, patient, and committed in your actions, and the universe will do all the heavy lifting for you. When you loving all day in your efforts, your feelings are out of alignment with the beauty that life has to offer. You actually creating resistance in your life that will make it way more difficult to achieve what you want. If you want to read more about resistance, click that link above to buy my other book. Hey, friend, let me tell ya something. Life is meant to be a dance, a joyful, exuberant dance. So, with that in mind, let's hop to it and have some fun. Improve your relationship with money. Say the word money to yourself or out loud. Now stop. Notice the feelings in your chest. What comes up? Where in your body do you feel sensations? You might have feelings in your head, your throat, your chest, your stomach, or anywhere else for that matter. Take as long as you need to observe and explore your reaction to the notion of money. It may help to close your eyes and experience your reaction to wealth. Really get in touch with the feeling of not having something that you want to have. The purpose of this exercise is to determine where you stand with your perceptions of money. Try to remember other times in your life you felt this way. Now notice your body. Scan yourself from head to toe, looking for any areas where there's weakness, stress, tension, or anything else strange and or uncomfortable. Now, just be with that feeling for a while. Let it simmer and evolve in you. Make it more real by assigning it physical qualities. Describe the sensation, color, size, shape, material, temperature, etc. If you can, Scan back in time to earlier points in your life when you felt this feeling before. This point in time marks the initial forming of your limiting beliefs with money. Try to recall any formative memories about money that may be affecting your beliefs today. Do your best to understand these beliefs as mere illusions that can be corrected. You can easily change them. You want to change them by seeing and accepting your shortcomings. You will be able to get yourself to a point where you want to redefine what getting stored in your subconscious mind. Giving up beliefs might be uncomfortable and difficult at first. Your ego will desperately try to convince you not to challenge what it already knows to be true. Persistence is key here. Don't give up. There will certainly be times when you slip back into your old ways of thinking. We are human. But what separates people who have what they want from those who don't is persistence. When you fall back into destructive thinking patterns, you have to get back up, then if it takes days, weeks, or months. No matter where you at financially, as long as you constantly strive to keep moving forward, you will invariably end up where you want to be. It won't always be easy, but you have got to keep going. You might find that your current relationship with money is a profoundly negative one, and that's okay. In fact, it's awesome, because now you know what the problem is, which means you can fix it. You can attract more wealth simply by changing your beliefs about what wealth is. This will drastically improve your relationship with it. When you start to make changes to your relationship with wealth, magical things begin to happen. Sure, you might end up getting a check in the mail or trip over a solid brick of gold while walking to the bus stop/VT pitch. But it's far more likely that your life will start to make really subtle shifts. For example, you'll notice your fears around money start to dissipate. Purchases you used to be terrified about won't bother you anymore, and your feelings of not having enough will begin to be discarded to make way for your new perception of carefree abundance. It's quite possible that you won't even notice the changes when they occurring. You will just wake up one day months down the road and say, "Holy cow, remember when I had money problems?" Where they go? It seems like just yesterday when I was afraid to go grocery shopping. Remember that money is supposed to be fun, not scary. Money should delight you, not terrify you. Be grateful for the money you already have, instead of desperately obsessing over money you need. Money is not something that should be desperately pawed at. For some, this can be a belief that's uncomfortable to release. They think that their mindset of scarcity is what keeping them afloat, but in actuality, it's what keeping them stuck. So let it go. Just let it go, and for all, comrade. Let it go. Likewise, the money you do have should not be clenched with your tightest kung fu death grip. It should be loved and appreciated, but also spent. Money is a resource, and like all resources, it has an underlying energetic quality. As energy, money likes to flow. It wants to move. It wants to be used. And it wants to dance. I like that word, dance. What a great word. It expresses a relationship with money that's happy, healthy, and balanced. Dancing implies movement, playfulness, and fun. But, as we all know, learning to dance takes a lot of work, and you can really work up a sweat doing it. The cool thing is that dancing isn't painstaking, agonizing work. It's actually quite enjoyable. That's how you should feel about acquiring money, a smooth, fun, and invigorating dance. If your approach to money is too serious, brainy, or logical, then you'll find it a lot harder to attract and, more importantly, hold on to it. Which is why, despite most people's best efforts to employ every manifestation strategy out there, they find themselves still unable to attract money. The reason is that they too focused on their mental and physical bodies, rather than creating harmony between all three. People who are constantly thinking about money but do nothing to get it are almost always broke. And there are plenty of poor people who work extremely hard yet maintain a constant fear of money that keeps them stuck and poor. Am I right? But the person who makes an effort to balance all three bodies will soon align themselves with the vibration of money. You only as strong as your weakest body. Remember that. Pushing extra hard in one area while neglecting the other areas will always leave you disappointed. It all comes down to your relationship with money. If you have a good relationship with money, then you will automatically act in ways that allow you to align with it. Your thoughts about money will be positive and you will feel good about acquiring more of it. As an author, I like to be concise and direct. So for the sake of brevity, let me first give you the laundry list of ways you should not relate to money: scarcity, lack, neediness, clinginess, desperation, logicalness, forcefulness, greediness, or seriousness. And here a laundry list of ways that you should behave with money: joy, curiosity, playfulness, excitement, infinite abundance, open-mindedness, and fun. Joy, wonder. Make money a game. Treat the prospect of attaining it as an experiment. Before you embark on manifesting more money, form a hypothesis first. If I do this, then I believe I will attract more money. And then commit to doing it that way until it either comes to fruition or it becomes obvious that it's not working. The reason why this is powerful is because it allows you to more easily accept failure. It's much less damaging to your personal momentum to blame a hypothesis rather than yourself. When your hypothesis falls apart, then simply try something different. That not to undermine the importance of persistence. I am not saying to give up in the event that your hypothesis fails. I am saying you should go back to the drawing board and re-strategize a plan that meets your end goal. And you might find that your new approach is completely different from your previous one, which is okay. But make sure you are being led down the new path by your heart, gut, and hunches, not just your rational brain. Always remember that oftentimes we are closest to success right before we are about to give up. So you might consider changing your mindset from what will make me the most money fastest to what my true passion. That way you will be encouraged to keep going, even when the going gets tough. Passion is extremely important when you are committing to long-term self-improvement. When it comes between following your brain and your heart should win every time. Don't be discouraged if you haven't found your passion. You eventually will. Just keep following your hunches and it will soon unfold before you. There are also lots of useful exercises you can do to help narrow down your options. One method is to simply get out a pen and paper and write down what you think you should do. You can then imagine each scenario you come up with and try it on mentally to see if it feels right. Don't think that you have to physically do something before you know if it's right for you. One final point about your relationship with money has to do with your level of attachment to it. I hear a lot of people talk about the pursuit of money. I even met one guy with the words paper chaser tattooed on both of his arms. And, believe it or not, this guy worked flipping burgers for $8 an hour. Well, I don't know about you, but when someone chasing me, I run my ass off in the other direction. Money does and want to be chased either. Money wants to be invited in and welcomed. When you constantly hunting down money, you forming a very unhealthy and addictive relationship with it that will only prevent you from its acquisition. The thing you have to realize about money is that it's everywhere. Your lack of it is not because you not running fast enough or you looking in the wrong places. Money is everywhere, and it's just a matter of your tuning into the frequency of abundance. Raising your frequency from poverty to abundance gives you a higher perspective that will allow you to see money-making opportunities that have been under your nose this entire time. By improving your internal relationship with money, you are creating an external reality that matches that relationship. And, as we all know, you get what you give. The vibrations that you send out are what you will get back. It is the ultimate paradox of the universe. You have the power to achieve the abundance. It's a power that you always had. But before reading this book, you believe that the power of abundance was somehow stored in the paper bills that you carry in your pocket. If money were to disappear right now, there would still be people who live more abundantly than others. The power exists within, not without. The ability to be abundant starts and ends with you. So do yourself a favor and stop looking at money as something different, or as something that has the power to validate you. Money has no power over you. And the more power you give it, the more of your own power you giving away. When you have beliefs that having money will make you happier or better, you voluntarily giving away your power to it. Because even if you manage to acquire more money with this perception, your money will not make you as happy as you thought it would, leaving you in the same conundrum that you were in before you even made that buck. If you getting caught up in self-talk along the lines of, if I had money, I'd do BX, then you telling money that it has authority over your life. In other words, you giving away your power. In this case, you are better off focusing on your desire, X, rather than seeing money as the only means to get there. It's very important that you understand this. It's a crucial mindset shift that will either make or break your financial success. The universe houses infinite possibilities. You don't need money for anything. To think otherwise is merely playing into an illusion. Your needs are always met. So stop needing money and start welcoming money. Look at the prospect of attaining it as a fun diversion and a hobby. You must be careful to not allow your desire for money to take control over you. How can you tell when your playful desire to have money morphs into an excessive desire to have it? Well, quite simply, when it no longer feels good to you. If you start feeling stressed, worried, anxious, sad, depressed, fearful, or upset at the process of making money, then you can assume you are not vibrating correctly. In this case, stop trying to earn money immediately and work to resolve your inner state of being, either through relaxation, meditation, or by occupying yourself with something more joyful. Chill out. It's going to be okay. Take a step back, relax, and come back to money when you feel good and excited again. Otherwise you will push it away even further. And you don't wanna do that, now do you? This is why your actions fail. This is the #1 most important concept when it comes to attracting money, or whatever it is that you want. It reflects exactly why so many people struggle with the law of attraction. It's why person A can do something and succeed, but when you do exactly the same thing, you get little to no results. If you want to start attracting more abundance in your life, you have to abandon much of what you've been told. Growing up, we were all promised riches as long as we worked hard and got a good education. Increasingly so, this is not true for millions and millions of people who struggle financially. Well, I am about to teach you a concept that will literally free you from the clutches of this misconception. Abundance is way more than just what you do, it's also about how you do it. That is the thoughts, feelings, and emotional energy you give to your actions. The best way to grasp this concept is to think of it as a scale. Some people refer to it as a training balance scale. Basically, it's a scale that ranges from your actions far right to the underlying energy behind those actions far left. Let me now offer you a sophisticated artistic representation of this scale. Energy, action. On the right, you have that magic question that so many people ask when it comes to success: what do I have to do in order to be successful? Most people, when trying to attract more abundance in their lives, focus only on what they are doing. It's because we are taught, as a society, to focus on our actions, not our thoughts and emotions. Self-help experts will tout their 10-step strategy to become rich overnight, or they'll tell you things like you just need to do this one little thing. And when someone does these things only to fail, the only logical conclusion that follows is that it's their own fault. Most people are quick to assume that they are the failure, rather than the framework that they've been taught to approach success with. In reality, these people are operating under the false assumption that actions are the only determining factor in one's success. They erroneously believe that there is a singular, step-by-step path to success. You will never be successful doing the same exact thing as someone else. You must be willing to utilize your own unique experience in life, trust your gut, follow your hunches, and have faith in your own intuition. So many of the supposed experts out there are actually just like you. They were trained to focus only on their actions. It's not like they actively trying to deceive you/VT pitch. It's just that, when it comes time for these people to teach what they know, they naturally focus on the things they did instead of their mental and emotional dispositions during the process. These experts end up leaving out the biggest part of the equation, the energy end of the training balance scale. You see, often the people preaching their roadmaps to success aren't even aware of this training balance scale. Because of this, they do not bother exploring the energetic reason for their success. They assume that their success was simply due to their actions and the hard work they put in. It's not that they only trying to trick you into buying their product, although some people might be. These experts are very well aware that some people will get better results than others, but as far as they are concerned, that's just how it goes. So, why do some people get better results than others? The people who get amazing results are those whose fundamental energies are all aligned toward success, because they set their minds and hearts to their goal. their actions automatically yield good results. This is actually really good news for you. This means you can finally free yourself from thinking that success is this some nebulous entity that exists for some people and not for others. Instead of investing hordes of time trying to replicate others' actions, why not take their advice and adapt it to form your own plans and strategies? Above all, do what feels good to you while taking others' viewpoints into consideration. Both ends of the training balance scale are important for you to realize success and abundance in your life. But no matter what you are doing in life, make sure you pay special attention to the underlying beliefs that are fueling your actions as well as your emotional disposition while doing them. Do what feels good and feel good about what you do. The key word here is balance. And if you think this sounds like new age hippie stuff, well then you are absolutely right. Sorry to be the bearer of rad news. The training balance scale is all about finding and striking that balance between your thoughts, energies and your resulting actions, tangibles. It's an inner journey that you need to take for yourself. But simply being aware of your thoughts and feelings and how they affect your emotions will afford you a gigantic leap forward in your ability to manifest the life you want. Let's take an example. Pretend you are a person who can afford to buy organic food. Although you prefer to eat organic, you feel totally trapped by your finances. Even the thought of buying the expensive, organic peanut butter terrifies you. Buying it anyway would likely make you feel guilty and overstressed. If you are this person, you are not alone. There are millions of people who wish they could afford to buy the things they want. The sad thing is that most people will go their entire lives with a constant awareness of their poverty. They are too afraid to change their thoughts about money and confront their negative emotions about doing so. Confront the pain of your situation and you can finally begin to free yourself from it. Simply forcing yourself to buy the organic peanut butter action will leave you trembling in fear and perhaps also create an added sense of guilt for having bought something you know you can afford. This is a great example of how an action alone will not solve your problems. But if you focus on the energy side of the training balance scale, then your resulting actions will produce drastically different results. You might now be wondering what exactly you need to do in order to change the underlying energetic quality associated with your actions. Step 1 is to gauge your current emotional relationship with your finances. How do you react when you are about to buy something expensive? I encourage you to be honest with yourself during this process. So many people want to hold on to their beliefs about money because they think it keeps them safe. They think that their fear is a motivator for them to save money and be frugal. This isn't true. Negative emotions about money create negative behaviors around it. These behaviors then create negative emotions, forming a vicious cycle of self-fulfilling prophecy. After honestly assessing your situation, your next step is to bring it into question. Ask yourself if your behaviors are helping you attract abundance or if they are keeping abundance away from you. From there, it's time to change your beliefs about money. To do this, you will need to readjust your mental body to accept the new truth you want to program into your subconscious. The above example about the peanut butter actually hits really close to home for me, because I was that person who trembled over buying the organic peanut butter. What I did to resolve this was to sincerely ask myself if that the way I wanted every grocery store visit to turn out. The answer was a resounding no. This was at a time of my life when I had $0 income and only $2,000 in just savings, with $1,300 in just rent, utilities, bills right around the corner. Top 5 scariest financial situations in my life. So I had a little huddle with my higher self. Okay, DC, time to think here. How are we going to get through this? I figured that no matter what happened, IWAS and gonna die. IWAS and even likely to be homeless. I wished that I could convince one of my old college buddies to let me crash on his couch until I figured things out. This realization, coupled with my intense desire to serve as an example to others in similar predicaments, led me to make the decision that would forever change my life. I looked at that peanut butter and said, "You eat mine." I then felt bad for the other shoppers who were being blocked by some dude having a life crisis in front of the peanut butter. Oops, sorry. All the chatter telling me that I could and afford it was completely wrong. After all, I had $2,000. How the heck could I possibly think I could and afford a $4 jar of organic peanut butter? When I made this decision to buy the organic peanut butter, I knew what I was getting myself into. I had been studying emotional healing and the law of attraction and, like clockwork, all kinds of crazy emotions came up. But this time it was different. This time I was prepared to handle these emotions. I knew not to identify with them as truths. When they came up, I did everything in my power to allow, understand, and embrace them. You see, by identifying with negative emotions as truths or resisting feeling them, you actually creating what I like to call manifestation resistance. And if you click that link, you'll be directed to my other book, which is particularly eye-opening when it comes to how underlying emotions prevent us from fruitful action. So many people become entrenched in negative emotion that they allow their feelings to control their actions. Since we've been taught to focus only on our actions, the underlying emotions remain intact, subconsciously dictating our outer behaviors. The solution to this predicament is to stop focusing so heavily on your actions. Don't ask yourself whether or not you should buy the organic peanut butter. Instead, ask yourself why you feel compelled not to buy it in the first place. In other words, you need to adjust your model of the world. If you like most people, you believe that your actions are creating your beliefs and producing your emotions. I strongly advise you to reconsider the premise. The reality is that your inner state is what is fueling your actions and therefore producing a model of the world that is allowing you to feel trapped by it. It's the reason why people keep replaying the same patterns over and over until they die. The way you break the pattern is by living from the inside out, rather than the outside in. Once you realize that your beliefs and emotions are dictating your actions, then you can finally break your karmic cycle and begin creating the abundance you desire. When I finally made the decision to buy the organic peanut butter, I first had come to the realization that my inner perceptions were incorrect. I had to really examine my beliefs to discover that I was incorrect in thinking that I could afford the organic peanut butter. This perception was due to an underlying fear that if I were to buy the organic peanut butter, then I would have enough money to support myself in the future. But I do want to make one clarification here. I did not need to actually buy the organic peanut butter in order to explore my beliefs and emotions. I could have just as easily imagined buying it and my inner disposition would have surfaced. The reason I bought the organic peanut butter was because 1. I wanted to do an experiment, 2. I really wanted the organic peanut butter, and 3. It was only $4. I say this because people can also exhibit this imbalance in the opposite respect, where they are poor not because of the fear of buying things but rather the excitement of buying things. In this case, the emotions lead to needless spending habits that end up creating the same outcome of poverty. I highly encourage everyone reading this book to always live below their means. Excessive spending habits also have their roots in an emotional mental imbalance. The key here is to focus on your beliefs and emotions first, in order to determine how they indirectly shaping your reality. The fundamental problem with manifesting money. Since you made it this far, I can safely assume that you are of high intelligence. These concepts are not necessarily easy to grasp, as they are somewhat paradoxical in nature and they go against pretty much everything you've been taught. But in this chapter, I think you're ready for me to take things one step further. I want to expand upon the concept of the training balance scale by pointing out that everything has an underlying energetic quality associated with it. The training balance scale can therefore be applied to more than just your actions and the underlying beliefs and emotions behind them. We can just as easily understand the training balance scale in a much broader sense. All tangible things have an energetic quality about them. Energy. Tangible quantum physics is making some pretty incredible breakthroughs that will soon revolutionize the way we think about reality. In fact, all outward manifestations that you are able to perceive in this world are, in their most basic form, pure energy. Since the invention of the electron microscope, scientists have discovered increasingly smaller entities that serve as building blocks to all known matter in the universe. Most recently, however, scientists have discovered something phenomenal and, frankly, utterly baffling. The most basic units of matter are not matter at all. In its purest form, matter is simply a waveform of probability. Physicists refer to this energy as quantum foam. Comrade, I want to assure you that humanity is headed into a new paradigm in thought that will completely revolutionize the very nature of our existence and how we live our day-to-day lives. This new era of thought is characterized by the understanding that the realities we perceive are quite simply rooted in a waveform of probabilities and actually only exist insofar as we are willing to perceive them. This new paradigm is bigger than the Age of Enlightenment. It not only affects how we understand reality, but also how we perceive it. Before I get carried away by my own fascination, I want to bring this chapter back to the topic at hand, money. The reason you are not experiencing the abundance you desire is not because you possess too few dollar bills. Your current reality is dictated not by your material circumstance, but your material circumstance is a result of your attachment to your current reality. Let me explain. Your current reality is merely one of countless points along the waveform of probability. You are experiencing a single point along a graph that extends infinitely along its axis. At the same time that you are experiencing this reality, there are many other realities you are not aware of that are coexisting. In quantum physics, this is referred to as superposition, and it is very real. Using particle colliders, scientists can actually see this behavior happening at the quantum level, and we are finding increasing evidence that this phenomenon is also happening on the macro scale of everyday experience. The very act of observing the behavior of an electron determines the outcome of its physical manifestation. In this new era of thought, it is essential that your focus rests primarily on the underlying energies that shape your reality, and not the reality itself. Basically, the only thing making your reality real is your active acknowledgement of it. Just like the very act of observing an electron, when you choose to only observe tangibles in your life, you limit yourself to a single reality that dictated by those tangibles. What does all this have to do with manifesting money? Simple. It's all about putting things in proper perspective. Before picking up this book you were living a lie. You used to think that your desires were what you want. Your desires were taking place largely within the tangible end of the training balance scale. After all, that's the doctrine you've been programmed to believe. But remember what I said at the beginning of this book? I told you that money is not the solution to getting the things that you want, and you agreed. I also told you that you do not need money, you just need an understanding of how you want to feel. Well, comrade, this is where the rubber meets the road. Are you ready to finally put things into proper perspective? Sit tight, because this is going to turn your whole world upside down. To create your desired reality in life, you must completely change your perspective. From this point forward, you will focus only on the what and not the how. The only difference now is that the what is how you want to feel, and the how is what you will do to get there. Bomb. You have now been MINDF'd. Welcome. This distinction forces you to place an emphasis on the energy end of the training balance scale. From this moment on, your life will be completely transformed. From this day forward, comrade, when you want something you will focus on your desired internal energies. You have evolved. You are no longer concerned with the inconsequential toils of the material world. This may seem like a subtle shift in linguistics, but when you begin to live it, your life will magically transform right in front of you, and in ways you would have never thought possible. Today is the day that you begin living life from the inside out rather than from the outside in. This is how you will be able to come forth with your true power of reality creation. When you approach life with this framework, you magically begin to attract all those tangible things that you were so focused on in the first place. But hear the catch. You might find yourself tempted to focus on the energy end of the training balance scale only insofar as it will allow you to obtain those things on the tangible end. Sorry to disappoint you, comrade, but you cannot fool the universe. It will not be easy, but you must retrain your mind to focus not on the tangible items you want, but the underlying energetic qualities you wish to experience. This is why you hear things like act as if and fake it till you make it. There is a lot of truth to these assertions. If you want something in your reality to change, you must first change something in your reality. In order to have what you want, you have to learn to experience it first. At the point when it begins to feel real, then it will manifest outward. This is why people tell you to visualize yourself already in possession of your desires. Imagine yourself having already achieved what you want. I hope I was able to shed a little light on why people in the law of attraction community are saying things like this. And I hope I was able to show you that this is not fantasy, It's science. The good news is that you do not need to understand the science behind it in order to start experiencing life-changing results using the information I have given you in this book. All you have to do, comrade you have to do is focus on the what. In closing, I want to remind you that the outward physical manifestations of stuff, actions, objects, etc. all have an underlying energetic quality associated with them. By learning to connect with this energy, you can begin to see things as they really are. That is how you want them to be. Try to see things beyond their face value /VT pitch. And remember that you always have the power to change things. A real life activity. Wine and dine to feel fine. All this thinking is making me hungry. So let go on a real-world quest that will allow you to personally experience the energy that I've been talking about. This activity will show you how you can begin to welcome increased wealth by masterfully directing your emotions to a favorable ends. The goal is to go out for a night of fine dining, even if you think you can afford it. That a belief that keeping you stuck in a state of poverty and deprivation. But I want to take a quick second to strongly suggest that you do not put yourself in debt doing this exercise. There are several levels of financial involvement that don't require you to spend a lot of money. If spending $100 on a meal is just too scary for you, then okay, just go out for an appetizer and a glass of ice water, or even just a cup of coffee, a glass of scotch, or a $5 beer. At the end of the day, it will have pretty much the same effect. Our goal is to get you to move out of your comfort zone, but we don't want to stretch you so much that you break. Let's take things slow as we begin to adapt ourselves to a new reality. In this example of fine dining, what we each trying to do is experience the feeling of wealth. This will afford you a greater understanding of how it is you want to feel. When you then focus on this feeling as if it is real, then that reality will begin to manifest. In this respect, you are actually going to fake it till you make it. But it's absolutely essential that you realize that, in reality, there is nothing fake about this process. It takes imagination, but more importantly, it takes belief in your imagination. And this, my friends, is just a matter of willingness to do so. After all, imagination is a terrible thing to waste. You heard that before, I'm sure. But let me give you a more concrete quote. Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited to all we now know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world, and all there ever will be to know and understand. You know who said that? Albert Einstein. Let that sink in. The trick with this upcoming exercise is to allow yourself to let go of all those terrible limitations that you absolutely know must be true. They are not true. Your painful or challenging situation today can very well be your salvation tomorrow. Let's now get into the meat and potatoes of this exercise in fine dining. I actually personally done this exercise, and I know firsthand how profoundly the feelings of wealth can affect your physical reality of wealth. In fact, I swore I would never write a book on manifesting money, primarily because the concept is in itself tragically flawed. In actuality, money is not what you want. You want the feeling that the money or what you spend it on will give you. Doing this exercise in fine dining was the inspirational spark that led me to writing this book. It made me realize that there is a very important element to the concept of manifesting money, or rather, manifesting the feeling of abundance. That element is the indispensable emotional component associated with manifesting abundance. And there it was. BAM. My flash of insight /VT pitch. Fine, universe. I'll write a book on manifesting money. Are you happy now? So without further ado, let's grab our silverware and dig in. What you going to do is go out for a night of fine dining, either with yourself or 1-3 other people. But make sure that whoever goes with you is doing it for the same reasons, or at least knows and respects the reasons why you doing it. The first thing you want to do is clear your plate. Figuratively speaking, spend the day tying up any loose ends that might distract you from having a wonderful evening. Resolve any immediate conflict you might have with others. Next, polish up your living space a bit. Do some dishes, fold some clothes, and vacuum. Why now basic stuff? Then, take a nice hot, rejuvenating shower and get yourself good and fresh. And brush your teeth. Man, I really starting to sound like mom here. Aren't I? Sorry about the /VT pitch. Did you change your socks? Okay, so this next step is optional, but I think it helpful to set the mood. Watch a couple clips from a movie that features wealthy YouTube. Some good examples are Italian gangster flicks, Batman movies, scenes from James Bond Casino Royale, or the fencing scene in Die Another Day. And ask yourself, does Bond seem worried about money? No. In fact, look closely and you will actually see an organic peanut butter stain on his shirt. The idea is that you want to get into the vibe of wealth. As silly as it sounds, try to step into the characters in these movies. Let your imagination allow you to live vicariously through these characters. If this is tough for you, no big deal. Like I said, it's optional. Now you ready to pick a place to dine. Do your research ahead of time and find a place with good ratings. Make sure the environment is clean, open, and decorated elegantly or ornately. If you can go to a place with a dress code, that's good too. Make sure you not worried about the price of the venue. But again, don't spend a lot of money if it's going to make you supremely uncomfortable. Just have a drink instead. As far as when to go, pick a time that's not in high demand, like 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. You'll often get better service when the venue isn't crowded, making you feel more like a VIP. Right before you enter the venue, take a deep breath and relax into the realization that this is who you really are, despite what your present financial circumstances might be. When you enter, hold your head up high, relax, smile, and be confident and comfortable. You home. When you greeted by the host, tell them you doing great and that you hope he or she having a good day as well. Be sure to thank the person who escorts you to your table. As you take your seat, feel yourself slipping into your ease. Then, casually look around you at the venue. Notice things that you might normally overlook. This is a wonderful opportunity to be as present as you can with yourself and your surroundings. Take it all in, the interior design, the decor, the air, the sounds, and the vibe. Pay attention to the feel of your chair, and anything you might notice about your table. If there are flowers at the table, give them a sniff. Continue to expand your present awareness as you slip into a relaxed, cozy state. When the waiter comes by with your drink, slap his ass. Nothing makes you feel more wealthy. No, I just kidding. Don't do that times a million. Drink in hand, you now ready for phase 2. By now, you should be pretty comfortable and your shoes should still be holding their bulletproof shine. In this phase, it's time to be grateful for the feelings of wealth. Let everything else melt away from the present moment as you confidently swirl your drink in hand. And, as you settling into that hell yeah vibe, say the following string of words firmly and confidently: this is what I want. Be absolutely sure of yourself and assert this statement with pride and power. Repeat it as many times as you comfortable with. Feel free to say it quietly out loud to yourself. Remember that you want wealth. You do. Remember that you going to have wealth. You will. Don't let the ego come in and start tripping on your vibe. Dismiss any doubt with a gentle "thank you for sharing" and reassert, "this is what I want." These are 5 extremely important words when it comes to manifesting anything. Simply knowing what you want will put you way ahead in the LOA game. It's now time to enter the next phase in the experiment, releasing and allowing. It's time to let the universe do its part. Relax into your chair and forget all about your desire. Let it go now. Relax. Just let it all go. Forget about what you want and resume enjoying your drink and or meal. Take in each sip as presently as you possibly can. Enjoy the flavor and texture of each and every bite. Take time to appreciate the aroma, the sensation, the experience. Continue to relax as your rabid thoughts drain away. Don't agonize over whether you doing it right. Stay calm and serene while being as grateful as possible for the experience you having right now. And now, when you finish your meal, chill out for a few minutes. After you pay, leave a tip, and be sure to do it out of gratitude for the wonderful experience you just had, not out of obligation. Continue to sit in gratitude for a few more moments. Remind yourself that this is what I want. When you feel sufficiently grateful and it's time to leave, take in a full, fresh breath of air and exhale into a new level of satisfaction. As you exit the venue, move slowly and deliberately. Smile and say thank you to any staff you encounter as you leave. Tell them how thoroughly enjoyable the experience was. When you walking back to your car, bike or bus stop, stay present with your relaxed and grateful mood. Even though you left the venue, continue to spread your joy and graces to others. And no matter if you entering a Rolls-Royce or a beat-up sedan, be thankful for the fact that you have transportation. On the ride back, Keep reminding yourself how awesome the experience was. Feel free to listen to some music. Your goal now is to allow the good vibes to persist as long as possible. The reason why this experiment is so powerful is because it gets you focused on what you want, not just mentally, but physically and emotionally too. If done correctly, you will walk out of that venue feeling great. I truly hope you have an awesome time doing this experiment. This activity will afford you an opportunity to switch your focus from lack to abundance. It allows you to step out of your box that you call reality. There is no reality. There is only what you focus on. So from now on, focus as much as you can on what you want. A friend and mentor of mine, who is now a self-made millionaire, used to go to expensive clothing stores and try on his favorite suits. Why? Because it made him feel like he had what he wanted. And now he got it. You see, by giving yourself the fine dining experience, or trying on nice suits, and really feeling them with all five senses, your subconscious mind, the vehicle of reality creation, cannot distinguish the experience from reality. When people focus on wanting money, it usually from a very mental and future tense space. To truly manifest something, you must focus all aspects of yourself on the feeling, and do so as though you already have it. You will be most successful focusing on the sensory and emotional experience of your desire. When my friend focused on the suits, the universe gave him the means to acquire his desired feeling, which, ultimately, was the money to afford them. Pretty cool, huh? Now, before I close this chapter, I really need to remind you of something. It is extremely difficult to manifest anything into your life without some kind of action. Consider that your disclaimer. In order to successfully manifest something, you need to align all three of your bodies to the same goal. That means three things. 1. Know what you want mental. 2. Feel what you want emotional. 3. Do what you want physical. How could it get any simpler than that? Neat, huh? Do not forget to read and utilize the bonus material on the next several pages. And whatever you do, make sure you take the Law of Attraction quiz at the end of this book. Bonus number 1. Highly effective abundance prayers. The following 2 prayers are extremely powerful in aligning your inner facets, mental and emotional bodies, to attract more wealth. Say them once or twice a day for about a month and you will be amazed at the results that follow. When you say them, don't just read the words. Try to feel and imagine the feeling that imbued in the text. I ask not, O divine providence, for more riches, but rather for more wisdom with which to accept and use wisely the riches you gave me at birth, consisting in the form of the power to direct and control my own mind to whatever ends I may desire. Napoleon Hill. Think and grow rich. Beloved presence of God, we hereby ask and humbly pray with all our hearts, souls, minds, and might for divine abundance made manifest through personal fortune and success. We are willing to move beyond fear in order to fulfill God's plan on earth and beyond. I personally pledge to open myself to financial wealth in order to fulfill my group and individual service commitments. In God's name, we accept our divine heritage right now and thank Thee for the timely answers to this prayer. God will be done. Amen. 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 Our beloved subconscious minds, we hereby ask and lovingly command that you take this thought-form prayer to God, along with all the mana and vital force needed to manifest and demonstrate this prayer. Amen. Breathe this prayer to God. Wait 15 seconds, then say, let the rain of blessing fall. Una prayer from Dewalcul courtesy of Steve Pavlina. Bonus number 2, a simple money meditation. First, get in a comfortable and preferably quiet space where you will not be disturbed. This will take less than 20 minutes. But feel free to spend as long as you like. I'm going to keep this pretty simple and flexible, so you don't have to read instructions while you actually doing it. There's no need to answer every single question. Just get the general idea of each step and let your heart guide you. There's an abridged version at the end of this chapter to serve as a mnemonic device to help you remember the steps. Alright, here we go. Step 1. Relax head to toe all your muscles, including the tiny muscles in your neck, your mouth, and around your eyes. Step 2. Picture a light of abundance beaming from the center of the galaxy, through the solar system, into Earth, and down into the top of your head. Step 3. Describe this light. What color is it? What size is it? What is it made of? What sensation does it bring you? How does it make you feel? Watch it move and expand through your entire body, permeating all of your cells. Step 4. Allow the light to consume you. It transporting you to a dimension of infinite abundance. How does it feel to be infinitely abundant? What activity are you engaged in? Who is around? What are you wearing? How does it feel to have this abundance? What the best part? Step 5. Remember that you are an infinite being and that money is just another form of energy that you must invite into your life. Take this time to welcome money. Invite it in. Be thankful for the money you do have. Then, while focusing on the gratitude and abundance, repeat these words as many times as you wish. This is what I want. Thank you for giving it to me. Step 6. When finished repeating those sentences, take time to allow the light to cleanse you and retract back into the depths of the universe. Thank it for coming to bless you with abundance. Step 7. Now relax and let your thoughts drain. Allow your desire for more abundance to slip out of your focus. Know that it is coming your way, and that you can now forget about it. The universe turned to do its part. Now take a deep breath and exhale as you ease back into your day. Go forth with patience, open-mindedness, and assuredness. The entire universe is fulfilling your desire, and time and space are literally shifting to make your reality come true. Abridged version. 1. Relax your entire body. 2. Picture light coming from the universe entering your body. 3. Describe and feel the light. 4. Imagine you infinitely abundant. 5. Invite money in and say, this is what I want. Thank you. 6. Let the light cleanse you and return to space. 7. Relax, allow, be patient, and go do something else. Bonus number 3. Inspiring manifestation quotes. The thing I remember best about successful people I've met all through the years is their obvious delight in what they're doing, and it seems to have very little to do with worldly success. They just love what they're doing, and they love it in front of others. Mr. Rogers. The true measure of success is how many times you can bounce back from failure. Stephen Richards. What you are comes to you. Ralph Waldo Emerson. The universe is responding to who you feel you are. Abraham Esther Hicks. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer. When I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. Mr. Rogers. Bonus number 4. Visualization Crash Course. The power of visualization is truly remarkable. It is a practice employed by some of the world's most successful leaders, visionaries, athletes, and business people. The ability to visualize is in each and every one of us, in one form of another. The thing many people don't realize about visualization is the fact that it is a skill, and, as a skill, the more you practice, the better you become at it. Improving this skill is much easier than you may realize. First, pick a random but relatively simple object in your immediate surroundings. It could be a table, a street light, a painting, or a person. Look at the object for about 5-10 seconds and then close your eyes. While closed, try to recreate the object with your mind. Then, open your eyes to see how close you got. Find any details you missed and then close your eyes again and add them. Repeat this until you mentally recreated the object nearly perfectly. Do this a few times with a few different objects and you will be able to start seeing huge improvements in your ability to visualize. For those of you who believe that you cannot visualize, or find it difficult to do so, try out the following visualization. Imagine you on an elevator going up to the very top of one of the tallest buildings in the world. When the doors open, get out of the elevator, turn to your right and you will see some stairs. These stairs will take you to the roof of the building. At the top of the stairs is a door. Open it and you will immediately be hit with a strong gust of wind as a result of the extreme altitude. Walk through the doorway toward the edge of the building. There is an 8-inch curb that painted red. Now step on top of that curb and look down. Feel the wind blowing at your unstable body. Now close your eyes while standing on the curb. Pretty scary, huh? This walkthrough is important because it highlights a fundamental and essential premise when it comes to the law of attraction. You see, every single person who does this visualization exercise ends up exhibiting some type of physiological response, some more pronounced than others. Physical symptoms include involuntary trembling, a racing heartbeat, sweaty palms, wincing, flinching, jerking backwards, etc. This is because the subconscious mind, which is responsible for autonomic physiological responses, cannot distinguish between reality and your imagination. Consider for a moment how profound this can be when your visualizations are applied to achieving your desires. Do this every day and you will really start to see some positive changes. Special thanks to Jack Canfield for inspiration for these awesome tips. When visualizing your goals, you want to put as much information and feeling into the process as you can. Use all 5 of your senses when imagining the feeling of what it is you want. See your reality. Where are you and what does it look like? What are you wearing? Is it comfortable? What sounds do you hear? Does the air have a particular scent to it? What sensations do you feel in your body? Are there any particular tastes that you experiencing? Really get down to the core feeling you after. Not just the money. Think really hard about what money means to you. Is it freedom? Success? I did it. Eating an incredible meal on the beach somewhere tropical? Being able to buy nice gifts for people? Figure out why you want money and then focus on anything that gives you the desirable feeling. Be as specific as possible and, most importantly, visualize the feeling of your desire as if you already have it. Imagine yourself in the picture already living, doing what it is that you want. For best results, do this activity when you first wake up in the morning and then again right before you go to sleep at night. Be present with this process and always keep in mind that this is a real, scientific, and provable process backed up with tons of evidence that it works. When you finished visualizing, all it takes is 1-2 minutes at a time, once or twice a day. Then step back and detach. Let the universe do the rest. And then trust that the universe is going to send you opportunities for you to physically act upon in order to manifest your desire. Conclusion. I first and foremost want to say thank you for purchasing my book and reading it. I really appreciate not only your business, but your commitment to becoming a better, more abundant you. And even though I like you just the way you are, we can all learn from each other to improve the quality of our lives and the lives of every human on this planet. Give thanks. Rejoice. I appreciate that you made it through this book that I worked so darn hard on. My goal with this book was to only write when I felt strong and empowered. If I was and in a good mood, I made a pact with myself to first resolve my emotions. After all, I'm not a human being having an emotional experience. I am an emotional being having a human experience. This is a strong belief of mine, especially when it comes to inspiring others through my writing. I want to imbue every word with love and positive intention. I also want to remind you to download your free gift. If you go to my website, Align Mentality, I put together a one-page cheat sheet with quick reference information that I feel is indispensable to the process of evolving consciously. Simply enter your name and email and I'll send it to you totally for free. Also, by signing up, you will receive a few short emails a month with more inspiration to help you commit to retraining your mind to meet the ends that you desire. Remember that it's never enough to know something. You must have the discipline to practice it over and over. So make sure you don't let yourself slip back into your old patterns of thinking that are keeping you stuck in life. Promise? I want to thank you once again for your time. I appreciate you and wish you the best of luck. Cool. Thanks a lot. Oh, and by the way, you can do me a huge favor by telling me your honest thoughts about this book. A brief review would be greatly appreciated. Simply click here to be taken to the Amazon page you bought the book from. Once there, just scroll down and click the button that says Write a Customer Review. After you do that, don't forget to test your knowledge about the law of attraction by taking the 15-question quiz on the next page. Thanks so much, and have a blessed day. Cheers. DC Russ. Be bold. Stay strong. P.S. Always remember that you are who you say you are. Align Mentality, bringing the universe a little closer to home. For more inspiration, please visit www.align-mentality.com. A fun money manifestation quiz. 1. The law of attraction states that thought vibrations A. attract similar thought vibrations B. are not as important as your actions C. attract the polar opposite thought vibrations D. do not affect reality. 2. When you want more money in your life, what is the most effective state of mind to have? A. I need more money. B. I don't have enough money. C. I really love having money. D. Money is the root of all evil. 3. The training balance scale indicates that A. actions are more important than feelings. B. every action has an equally important underlying energy associated with it. C. knowing your desire is half the battle. D. The best balance in training for anything is to listen to everything the experts say. 4. The number one reason why people efforts with the law of attraction often fail is because A. They don't deserve their desires. B. They don't spend enough time visualizing. C. They create excessive resistance in their lives. D. It isn't part of God's plan. 5. What the best way to go about manifesting $1,000? A. Pray to God twice a day, once when you wake up and once when you go to sleep. B. Visualize 10 $100 bills every day until it comes. C. Set the intention, have faith that it will come, and be open to any opportunities that get you closer to it. D. Reduce expenses, sell any unused belongings, and save every penny you earn until you hit $1,000. 6. Everything in the entire universe consists of A. Energy. B. Vibration. C. Consciousness. D. All of the above. 7. Which emotion will best allow you to manifest more financial success in your life? A. Fear. B. Anger. C. Love. D. Pride. 8. What is money? A. Freedom. B. Happiness. C. A resource. D. All of the above. 9. Why is manifesting money ultimately tragically flawed? A. Because the universe will provide you with however much money you need to fulfill your purpose. B. Because the only way to obtain more money is through good old-fashioned hard work. C. Because manifesting money is a greedy and self-centered goal. D. Because the money itself may not necessarily give you the feeling you were after. 10. Which facet of human beings does this book not focus on? A. The mental body. B. The physical body. C. The emotional body. D. The spiritual body. 11. Which of these is the most healthy way of dealing with your negative emotions about money? A. Ignore them and keep working toward your goals. B. Repress them until you have the time and space to deal with them. C. Immediately acknowledge, allow, and feel them. D. Resist them, fight back, and overcome them. 12. Why is world peace impossible? A. Not enough resources. B. Political and governmental corruption. C. Most people don't care. D. It not impossible. 13. If your heart, brain, and ego were all in a car together, where would be the best place for your ego to sit? A. The driver's seat. B. The passenger seat. C. The back seat. D. Locked in the trunk. 14. When visualizing your dreams of abundance, the most effective practice is to A. Imagine how nice it would be if you could have it. B. Imagine people who already have it. C. Imagine how you are going to get it. D. Imagine yourself already in possession of it. 15. When is the best time to practice visualizing your dreams and goals? A. When you wake up and before going to sleep. B. High noon, when the sun is directly overhead. C. At precisely 3:33 p.m. D. When no one else is around and you are alone. Alright, that it. The answers are on the next page. You are nervous, aren't you? Money Manifestation Quiz Answers 1. A. 2. C. 3. B. 4. C. 5. C. 6. D. 7. C. 8. C. 9. D. 10. B. 11. C. 12. D. 13. C. 14. D. 15. A. If you got even 9 or 10 of these right, you did very well. I didn't want to make this quiz too easy. What the fun in that? My goal was for the questions, and even the incorrect answers, to be extremely illuminating. I hope this quiz helped solidify right-minded thinking about manifesting abundance. And I'm going to nudge you once more to write me a review telling me what you honestly thought of this book. Your feedback is important to my mission, so lay it on me. Thanks again for reading STOP Manifesting Money. I'll see you at Align Mentality. Come see the next page for other awesome books that I wrote, or click here to go straight to my online bookshelf. All of my books are amazing. They pull no punches. Check out these books. Manifestation Resistance, the #1 reason why you are unsuccessful with the law of attraction. Manifestation Resistance is a book that talks about the common ways people prevent themselves from reaching their goals and dreams in life. It also proposes simple solutions that you can use in order to start achieving what you want. When Wisdom Whispers, the art of following your heart to a life you love. These days it seems like our paths are carved out for us. Do good in school, go to a good college, get a good job, save for retirement, and then die. But somewhere along the lines we forgot about the love and passion that following your heart can bring. This book will teach you exactly how to follow your own inner wisdom and pursue a life of happiness, freedom, and abundance. Lessons from the universe, 365 daily entries along my journey to faith, freedom, and prosperity. Every day for an entire year, I wrote exactly 101 words about the most profound experience from that day. The lessons in this book are timeless and they will undoubtedly resonate with you on a very deep level. Topics include love, success, dreams, goals, persistence, emotions, pain and struggle, faith, failure, endurance, surrender, time, humanity, freedom, and magic powers. The gift, 5 little abundance secrets you forgot you knew. If you are a person and you have a heartbeat, then you also have the ability to gain the success, love, and happiness that you desire. The gift will help you unlock your potential by reminding you why abundance is your birthright. It is a short book that inspires gratitude for the gifts we all possess. Manifest Now, a process for identifying and reversing limiting beliefs. Manifest Now is a book that talks about the crucial difference between your conscious desires and the unconscious limiting beliefs that will keep you from getting what you want. It also gives you a simple process as well as many techniques to help you reverse these limiting beliefs. I would rather die. Fight your financial failure with ferocity. If you are fed up with not having the abundance you want, this book is for you. If being weighed down by your finances has finally gotten on your last nerve, this book is for you. And if you are ready to break free from stressing out about money, then this book is definitely for you. Quest for Smiles, 15 mini missions to cheer you up and brighten your day. It's too easy these days to be so busy that you forget to look out for your own happiness. This book offers 15 very simple activities you can do by yourself or with a friend. These activities are designed with one goal in mind, to help you be happier. This book is short and highly readable and is sure to uplift and refresh you.